Peace. And now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now. Right now, I want to speak on something of for sure that I have been guilty of on my experience. I would just put that out there from jump because when the information came across, I'm like, all right, I knew I was, not say, yeah, but I knew I wasn't, going about things the right way when I was doing this. But it's basically about trying to control, conditions all the time. And I say trying to control conditions all the time, but as first it starts off as being an empath. As an empath, we take on these different energies. Basically, we feel people's emotions, thoughts, all this. You know what I'm saying? Outside of our body. Or basically, people in the general area, we're picking up on their feelings. But long story short is that dealing with that, you try to find ways to just stay away from certain people, to stay away from lower vibrational places, to you know just mostly stay in the crib. You start to find that that it is no controlling conditions. Because I used to think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just hide and I'm gonna just, but nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no. And two, it's funny that dynamic of like, well, you think you're doing something spiritual, like, all right, I'm an empath, all right, I'm a high vibrational being, I don't like lower vibrations, so I'm gonna make sure that lower vibrations are never around me. But it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Now you done took your spirituality and it pushed it in an egotistical place, you know what I'm saying? Of like thinking, oh, control conditions, control conditions, control conditions. That's the only way. Because that's the thing. You think God's saying, all right, if people on Earth act like this, then I won't be able to make a planet in this galaxy over here. Like that's the same exact, example, like all right, because the people walk on the grass and the sign said, you weren't supposed to walk on the grass, I won't be able to make this planet over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's not gods don't deal with conditions, you know what I'm saying? Are trying to control things in a like trying to control conditions in a free will universe. There's a free will universe. And people by trying to control certain conditions, almost like controlling things, outside of you in essence, are trying to control things outside of you. But there will always be contrast in your experience. There will always be unwanted things popping up. You know what I'm saying? There's always, like, matter of fact, that contrast that teaches you. Without the contrast, you wouldn't know how much you love what you love, or you would know, all right, I really don't like this, so let me stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what a part of the experience is going out and living and doing all these things and learning. Like, all right, I didn't really like that experience. All right, those people wasn't that cool, but you keep it moving. And two, sometimes I know it'll baffle us, like where you're doing your meditation, everything, and something negative come into your experience, but always realize that it is always yourself, always, always, like, what I'm saying. So when these negative things pop up, don't look at it like, oh man, I want to get away from the city. Like, you should start laughing. First thing when you come across something negative or anything, you should just start laughing. Like, all right, what thought? Which one of my thoughts? Which one of my sentences or phrases? You know what I'm saying? What I did that created this? You know what I'm saying? You should instantly know that, all right, this is some kind of manifestation of my thoughts. So, what was I thinking or what I did? But there will always be, contrast and negative things out there. Make me think about me with my crib, where which the keeping a certain vibrational, basically with my crib. I just had a sign on my door that said, no negativity past this point. And when people, would come in the crib and we'll talk, I kind of, talk freely. But whenever people get a little bit, I'm like, all right, nah, we're not gonna go there. Like, like say, for instance, gossiping about people, things of this nature. So it wasn't necessarily controlling people, it's just more of setting up parameters of, of this temple. Like, this temple doesn't allow those type of vibrations in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and two, at first, I would question myself, like thinking like, all right, am I trying to control too much? And then I thought about, I'm like, well, no, this is my sacred place. Now, if I was trying to make sure that conditions was like that at somebody else's house or in a neutral site and all this, then yeah, I'm doing too much. But this is my sacred place. This is the place where when there's too much out there in the world, dealing with, all the emotions and all the thoughts I done picked up on. The only place for me to go is my crib, is my house. So, rightfully so. And there, there are, I keep forgetting the exact word for it, but like, these vibrational uh, signatures are these vibrational places. Like, say, for instance, somebody talking negative about a certain thing in my house. That energy is built up in that general area, and I may walk past and negative thoughts hit me. And one thing it's all right to be walking out in the street and all this, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to come across any type of negativity, but for my sacred place to have, you know what I'm saying, negativity, and it is like, all right, nah, this is the place I come to get away from all the negativity. So I'm a monitor the energy within my dwelling, but on your experiences outside, like, it's not up to us, or not say it's not meant for us to try to control everything. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, everything in the world outside of us or outside of you, you know what I'm saying? Well, matter of fact, everything outside in the outside world is you. So don't hinder your growth and experiences because you're scared of, coming across lower vibrations or negativity or negative people, whatever the case may happen. It's like being scared of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had to go through that where I'm like, all right, hold on, man. I'm the God. And by me feeling like, ooh, let me not go there. Ooh, I don't wanna. That's a vibration of fear. And I would catch on, and I'm like, all right, nah, I gotta break out of this. You know what I'm saying? So you start to realize how much you're being fearful, in essence, of your own self, especially if you're on the spiritual level of knowing that everything is one and that you are, basically a light, a source in a little human suit, you know what I'm saying? But once you understand that, it's like, all right, go and live. That's the thing. You hindering your own spiritual growth and your own experiences by trying to run away from negativity all the time. And run, that's what the crystals for. Matter of fact, the crystals is so we don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Feel like, all right, bro, I just can't go outside. I just can't go to this barber shop. I just can't go to wherever the play, you know what I'm saying? I just can't go with these lower vibrations. Like, all right, so you saying God cannot be everywhere? That's basically what you're saying. Like, all right, I'm a God, but I can't be everywhere at once. Like the God that I am being, like the God that created me, like Source, like, I can't be everywhere. Like, and like, nah, you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, Source is everywhere. You think Source, like, oh man, the Nazis tearing up things on Earth. Let me not be in this part of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, these humans, you know, they acting all crazy. Just let me, in fact, are these humans acting all crazy? I won't be able to create this planet over here because these humans and their negativity. If God worked off of conditions like how the ego work off of conditions, we would be in a very bad place. So it's just something to think about. When I heard the information, I'm like, oh yeah, I used to try to do that a lot, like just trying to control the conditions, trying to, you know what I'm saying? And worrying about conditions again is an egotistical thing. So if you ever find yourself too worried on the conditions of something, then you're placing yourself in an egotistical place. Now it is that, in some cases, well, all right, no, I don't want to go here. No, I know the vibration is, cool. But when you just find yourself just not doing anything and not like just always like, oh, can't go there. Ooh, I'm not being around that person. Ooh, you're gonna find yourself in a hole somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Just always by yourself. And two, not learning and experiencing and interacting like we were meant to be. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. If we wasn't meant to interact, we would be in a cage. I mean, not in a cage, but you would be somewhere in solitude somewhere, or you would still be, in the astral planes in the higher dimensions, or whatever the case may be. If it wasn't meant for you to interact with people. So, it's meant for us to go out there and interact, you know what I'm saying? Experience things, go places, 'cause you would end up locking yourself up. So, and basically, it's just about not being overly protective of your alignment. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are, the guy that you are practicing to be, you can regain your alignment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's something that I had to learn myself. Like trying to like, oh no, I gotta stay aligned. I'm not. I'm just always gonna be. It's like, nah, man, you could always, get it back. Especially if you have a mouth to make sure that, wherever you at or whatever, that you could, like be like, all right, nah, this, I want to remove myself from this situation or whatever. So you don't have to be super protective and super conditional. You always could regain that alignment. You know what I'm saying? It's not like throwing it, way off. It's just like, all right, in this moment, it's kind of off because this person being a little negative, but it's all right. You got the rest of the day to go meditate. You got the rest of the day to go put a crystal on your third eye. You got the rest of the day, and not say rest of the day. That's just part of it. You got, you know, the infinite now to always, realign yourself. So, don't be so protective. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, to the point of like I say, trying to control everything at all times. We can't run from everybody and every interaction. You gotta go out and experience things. Just basically don't make a big deal out of unwanted things that manifest in your experience. Use it as a learning experience to see the contrast, see all the things. Like all right, this like I say, when you see a negative situation pop up, all right, what thought or whatever I did. Matter of fact, learning experience. So all right, I must have did something. I thought something did something, so all right, I'm peep game and I'm gonna learn how to fix that, realign and see what happens next time, you know what I'm saying? But it's just constant learning, you know what I'm saying? And with the contrast or with the unwanted things popping up, it's just basically allowing you to see, all right, I really I really didn't like that experience, so let me get closer to the place that I'm trying to be. Or where you was borderline wondering like if I really wanna say for instance, if I really want to do, I'm trying to think of a situation, but if you really want to do something and then you go to see like, all right, nah, I really didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Well, you get to see, but you'll never know if you don't experience. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like wanting to, like as a male, want to holler at a female. You know what I'm saying? And you always like stand back. Like, but if you don't experience, you don't know whether you're gonna get a yes or a no. You know what I'm saying? That was the basic game. Matter of fact, what we used to run to the youngsters, like, man, go over there and say so. You know what I'm saying? Like, as life, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta experience, because you'll never know, you know, what you're getting. All right, and if you get a yes or a no, a no, all right, cool. Or you go somewhere, you get a little negativity, cool. Learn from it and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Realign and keep it moving, but don't try to be controlling over every situation, controlling to the point. Because think about it like this: if I had made sure that the only people that hung around me were people that dealt exactly with what I dealt with, like only people that deal with crystals, only deal with people who from Louisiana, only deal with people who, you know, are black. I only deal. I put all these conditions of things I deal with. You know what I'm saying? When you put all these conditions up, you're basically taking yourself away from your inner source. You know what I'm saying? Like blocking yourself. But until you're taking yourself away, that's what I really wanted to say. You're taking yourself away from evolving. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're around people that's always just thinking the same and doing the same as you're not evolving. You're not allowed to experience that difference, that difference of thought that other people may have, but that still may be profound. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't be able to experience that because you're just with the little people that vibrate in the same vibrations. You do the same thing. We all talk the same, walk the same. You know, then there's no evolution. You know what I'm saying? You're not learning in essence. I mean, of course you may get a little learn, but that learning eventually get to a stop because of you only gravitating and doing things with people who are on the same exact thing as you, and that doesn't allow for growth. You know what I'm saying? And I had, like I said, I had to realize that on my journey. You know where you not only is it not healthy to try to control conditions because it's an egotistical thing, but you learn, and it's a learning experience from dealing with contrast and unwanted things. It's a learning experience of going out there in the world. And matter of fact, and it's also a beautiful thing as far as living your life and doing things without worrying about. Because like I said, you're not being a god if you're scared to come outside because of somebody else. And matter of fact, then you should never even say, you should almost take "I am God" out of your affirmations if you do say it like me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, and that's how I was thinking. I'm like, all right, you might as well not even say you're a God if you're running from this. Like, if you show any type of, and I always would bring up videos with this, like fear and God does not occupy the same vessel. In essence, that is true. True to it as far as like so it's not going down there with us, So it's to stay up there, but so it's not coming down to that fearful place, you know what I'm saying? So in essence, when you're operating out of fear, when you're operating, because matter of fact, trying to control conditions is a fear, and I brought that up about like the bad guys in movies, you know what I'm saying? Where ha ha ha, they think they powerful and they want to control the universe or whatever. Basically, that's fear. They saying I'm so scared of everything. I want to control conditions so bad because I'm fearful of something happening outside of everything that I want to happen. You know what I'm saying? Exactly how I want it to happen. So you even see that, like, well, basically that's the vibration of an evil villain. You know what I'm saying? Where you trying to control all the conditions out of fear. You know what I'm saying? It's like I basically because they like I don't never want anybody to uprise so fearfully. I'm gonna destroy this whole planet. Like Frieza off of Dragon Ball Z. It's like I wanna, because it's fearful. Because I'm fearful. You know, I'm fearful of having to deal with outside conditions. That's basically what that's saying is fear, fear, fear. And we don't want that. We want love, 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 man. We wanna live, live, live. You know what I'm saying? Like not be fearful in the corner or fearful in trying to control people, places, and things. You know what I'm saying? In order to try to maintain, because that's the thing. Like the dynamic, like I say, where the ego could hide in spirituality, where it's like, all right, you think you're being spiritual by like, all right, let me control this condition. Like, let me make sure no lower vibrations come around. Let me make sure, you know. And it's like, nah, now you kind of dipping into your ego. You losing your power. The more and more you feel like you got to control things, the more and more that you're giving away your power, basically. Indirectly, you're giving away your power. Like, so it's like, all right, well, give me back that. Since you're fearful and you want to control everything, then go be fearful and go control everything. Remind me of some people, on Earth that start wars and, want to control things out of fear, creating, conditions because they fearful. But again, there's so much learning and evolution out of, dealing with contrast. As a matter of fact, that's something Abraham brought up too about that. Like, well, that lower vibrational friend, like ain't nothing wrong with coming across, occasionally come across that lower vibrational friend, that friend that may be deemed as negative, but, but still fun to be around nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? In essence, may even come out with some profound things, like, well, even though they may be negative, this and that, they'll say something like profound that you could learn from, or that makes you laugh and makes you feel happy, even though that person may, quote unquote, be your negative friend or lower vibrational friend, you still could get something from that experience, you know what I'm saying? So it's just be, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to hide yourself. You can't shield yourself from everything. You could try, you know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful experience just to interact. That doesn't mean, and that's the thing too. That's the ego. If you would say, all right, time to interact. So let me place myself in a place where things are super negative or super. No, no. Of course you don't do that to try to say, all right, I'm trying to be diverse. No, just follow. Go with the flow, but just try to get more and more out of trying to control the places you're at conditionally, or the places you go, or the people you're around. Just try to work your way out of that, follow intuition, and basically, allow source to guide you to do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Basically, let you basically have you experiencing, you know what I'm saying, allows for you to go off in the world and evolve, you know what I'm saying, because you can't evolve around. It's almost like having a yes man around, you can't evolve around yes men who's always, oh yeah, everything you say is so beautiful, yeah, you're the best, you're the best universal frequencies, man, every idea, oh, those crystals you talk about, you know what I'm saying, where am I evolving in that? You know what I'm saying? By always having somebody, because then I'm getting blinded and I'm staying in that little one part of my growth and I'm not even growing no more because I'm happy with the yes men and oh yeah, I am the best. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man, grow, move out of that comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? In order to grow. It's uncomfortable to the ego to grow. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, it may be the ego being scared to grow. That's all I want to bring up, man. Just about, you know, negative experiences, unwanted things that gonna pop up on you. You know what I'm saying? Just deal with it accordingly. Realign yourself. You know, laugh at the fact like, all right, I wonder what thought I thought of, what words I spoke. You know what I'm saying? That created this unwanted and negative situation. And keep it moving. Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. Peace, y'all.